Hi, boys and girls. The topic of today's lesson is insect habitats. Let's review what we've already learned about insects. Insects are living things. An insect has 6 legs, 3 on each side. An insect has 3 body parts: the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. Every insect goes through either a complete or incomplete metamorphosis. Today, we are going to learn all about insect habitats. A habitat is the natural home of a living thing. Living things have all different types of habitats. A bat or a bear might live in a cave. Your habitat is your house or your apartment, wherever you live with your family. Also, many living things live in water. Well, insects, they live pretty much everywhere. They can live anywhere except for the deep ocean. There's over 1 million species of insects. That's 3 times the amount of all other animals. 10 million species might actually exist. And they can live in pretty much any habitat because they can fly, so it's easy for them to escape. They're predators. Insects are small, and they have short lifespans. They're also very quick to adapt to different environments. So way to go, insects. So an insect's habitat must have the following things in order for the insect to survive in it. So the first thing the habitat needs is food and water. Second, they need shelter from the elements, so things like rain and powerful winds. These insects, you can see, are taking shelter underneath a leaf. An insect's habitat must also have space, and many times insects live very, very close to each other, so there's a lot of insects in a small amount of space, but they still need enough space to live. And an insect's habitat also needs other insects in it because insects make other insects. So insect habitats come in all shapes and sizes. In our classroom, our insects are living in an unnatural habitat. So we have them in a cage in our classroom, but we still make sure that within that cage they have all the things that they need, right? They have food and water, they have enough space to crawl or fly around, they have each other, and they have shelter. But most insects live in natural habitats. So when you go outside, you might see an insect in its natural habitat. It might be living in the soil, might be living in the water, or up in the trees. So your assignment for this lesson is to draw an insect habitat. And in your drawing, you have to include all the things that insects need to survive in the habitat, and you need to include labels. So remember, when you're making your drawing of an insect habitat, you need to show food and water. You need to show the insects having shelter from the elements like rain and wind. You need to show that the insects have enough space, and you need to draw more than one insect in the habitat because insects need each other.